The next part, the important part, well, we are defined and all that, fine, great. But then how do we go about implementing it? How to go about implementing? The first and the most important thing is have a full kit manager in place. Let it be his responsibility, starting from defining it and implementing it on day-to-day basis. He will have resources under him whose job is to prepare the full kit for your projects or orders or whatever. But it is very important that he has control over it, and it is not just left to the people. It has to be made mandatory that without the approval of the full kit manager, no order or no project can get started. That kind of strict discipline is required. And if your organization is very large, there are many departments, you may have more than one full kit managers. They will work at department level if required, and they will report to the full kit manager at the organization level. It has to be given that kind of importance. So where should we actually begin? Now we are just defined the full kit, and now we want to start implementing it. So where should we begin? So the simple logic is that start making full kit for the open projects which are already going on, or orders which are there on the shop floor and they are stuck for the prerequisite. So help them to go ahead faster. Once that is nearly completed, then look at the orders in your pipeline. Look at the projects in your pipeline. Make sure that they are being prioritized. So the earlier one, so depending upon the priority, the full kit manager will follow that path. He will go in the order of priority and start making the full kit for the projects and orders in the pipeline. So that is very important. He has to start with that sequence. Now, for task completion, it is important, at least for certain critical tasks, that you define the task completion criteria. So it is not that we are just, oh, we produce something, but along with that, maybe test reports are required, maybe some data is required, maybe something else required. So ensure that no process step is considered to be complete until the deliverable meets the criteria defined. So till that time, don't consider it to be complete. See, people are in a hurry to show that they have finished their work. But then you can make a checklist if required for such important tasks where they have to take every item. Until that time, it is not considered to be complete. So we talked about this task completion criteria, and also similarly we need a task starting criteria so that we tie it up so tightly that nothing can be missed.
And I have a question.
Yes,
So can anyone do slight change of a full kit during actually mid of the project?
yes. The full kit has to be tailored for a
Anyone
type of
want to
project.
do modification?
Sorry.
If anyone do the modification slightly, because it is completely your on your experience based who designs the full kit.
Yes.
uh, if someone needs certain kind of to change the slightly change in the checklist, if someone needs certain kind of change in the result, can anyone be allowed to do the modification in the check in the what full kit during the mid
Yes.
of the project?
Yeah. See, the full kit are not cast in stone. See, this is always trial and error. Now,
Yeah.
when we do projects, when we do some orders, whatever, there could be something which is different. For
Yes.
that, you may need to do certain things. You may have to remove something, but that you need to determine before you start doing that.
Okay.
And full kit manager is there for that purpose. If he has not seen that, you bring it to his notice, get it done, and then start. This is called, you can call it a tailoring of full kit,
Okay.
tailoring it to suit a particular or a particular order. You can, and you must do that. See, again, it is not rule is for the sake of rule. It has certain advantages. If you are
Yes.
not
Yes.
able to get the advantages, rules have no meaning,
Yes.
right? So feel free to do that. And as you start implementing, it is important to monitor the process of full kitting. For that purpose, you may use Pareto charts. You may classify the incomplete cases. Your focus will be on incomplete cases. Now, there could be still, well, many incomplete cases. It will not change overnight. So look at that and slice and dice that data. Look at it your customer wise or projects wise or department wise or your component wise or whatever. Be wise by analyzing them. Okay, use this Pareto chart or any other technique that you feel appropriate. So see what will happen is even if you define full kit and start implementing, you will still find that full kit was not there. Few things were actually missing. Don't blame the people. Capture that data and then tighten up your process. Make use of that, okay, whatever lapses that were made, instead of pulling up the people for their lapses, use it to make it your process of fulfilling more accurate. As you do that, regularly identify the reasons for incomplete kits and take preventive action. You know, it happens. Maybe through oversight or maybe a lot of pressure or maybe okay, certain things are really not available and people feel that we can go ahead, it is coming, it is on the way or something, and when it is required, it has not yet reached. It can happen. Maybe you are not buying the things in time. Maybe you are not you are starting some parallel task in time. So find out those reasons and then take preventive action so that it doesn't happen. The most important thing of implementation is that education. Educate, educate, and educate not once but multiple times. You need to tell your employees, show your employees. For that purpose, you may have some small workshops, or if you can do some computer-based simulation or demonstrate them on the shop floor. Show them by doing. This is very important for the employees to know that you have instituted this kind of process and you are very serious about it, and they, how they will benefit out of that. If they don't see benefit, they are not going to do it. So it is important that your employees and internal customers know, understand what you are doing, why you are doing. Also, it is important to inform external customers. Many times we receive something from our customer and on that we work. It could be some design or it could be some material or anything. Now, if they give us everything together as a full kit, tell them, show them, demonstrate them that if they do that, they will get better unit performance and shorter lead time. Now, your customers will want that, they will love it. But then what happens is that they give you something and ask you to start, and other things will follow. And if more often than not, those things don't come on time. So you have to stop. Okay. So keep refining your full kit, work smart, and beware of inertia. That inertia is always there with us. Whether you whatever you do, at some point of time or the other, you just want to take it easy, overlook something. So beware of that and just keep refining it to a level. Then there are certain more things, some more things that you can do. See, how do you order parts and materials? That also depends. You might be, ordering materials which are required for your say the sub assembly. So you may tell your supplier that you give me all these parts together. Don't send something now and then something later. It's not going to help me because I will not be able to start, and I don't want to keep track of that. So you give me my full kit so that I can just take that and start working. In synchronized operations, ensuring the out kit of the current operation is the in kit of the next operation. This becomes important when you are doing some kind of sub assembly or assembly where the materials come from multiple parts and they come together and they are assembled together. And it is very important. We talk about standardizing the thing, but we really don't, at times, we don't know the importance. It sounds good, so we want to do it. But think of it, if your components are standardized, if your procedures are standardized, and your common assembly parts are standard, how easy it will be for you to work. So that is also a part of your full kit. Now this action is not a full kit action, but this goes well and helps the full kit. The more standard items in the bills of materials, the more likely it is that a full kit will soon be available. And above all, the top management involvement and support, demonstrated support is a must. Unless something is really supported by the top management, it doesn't work. So that is what is really needed.